Hi everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my last video of 2021. Wow, 2021 went by so quickly. I don't know if you feel that way, but I sure do. I feel like we were all bidding adieu to 2020 very happily because how bad that year was for so many of us. And 2021 was a little bit better, I think, but it just flew on by. And it seems that time just keeps on flying by. I cannot believe that we are through the holidays almost. You know, it's almost New Year's Eve and 2022 will be here. Holy smokes. So I thought it would be fun to review some of the trends of 2021 for makeup, skincare, and beauty. And I selected some trends that really resonated with me and I thought would resonate with most of you in the over 40 demographic. And there are trends all over the place. And if you're in your 20s, they are completely different trends than we saw as mature women. So that's why I stuck to just certain trends that really stuck out to me. And I only wrote down 6 of them. So let's just jump in and recap beauty for 2021. And yeah, let's just get to it. So the first trend is a more minimalistic approach to makeup, and brands have popped up left and right, not just in 2021, but over the past few years. And they've really taken off and seen record sales numbers. And some of these brands I reviewed for you here on my channel. A couple of them that stand out are Merit and Glossier, and I recently did a review of both of those brands. Then there's Thrive Cosmetics, and I think most of us have tried a product or two from Thrive. I've tried probably 2 or 3 of their products. Their mascara, I tried their illuminating eye pen, and that might be it. And PYT Beauty is a brand that recently fell onto my radar, and I've talked to you about them like in a monthly favorites, but I haven't done a get ready with me or anything like that using my PYT products. And again, it's a brand that does not have a large arsenal of products for you to buy. There's just a few, and once you have them, your beauty routine should be pretty quick and easy. And so those are a few brands. And I think this was sort of spurred on by more of a minimalistic movement in general, but also COVID. Women were finding that they really just don't need to wear as much makeup as they were wearing before, since they're covered up with a mask and things like that. So I think it's a great trend. I hope it's here to stay. I love the brands that I've reviewed for you, and I'd really like to review a few more, like Jones Road Beauty, which is Bobbi Brown's minimalistic beauty brand, and I'm sure there's others. Let me know if you'd like to see any reviews of like PYT Beauty or Jones Road Beauty or any others of those minimalistic brands. I would be so happy to do that. The other trend that kind of is combined with that one is embracing our flaws. And I think some of you have seen that trend with like the freckles. You know, people were drawing on freckles, probably the younger generation, but instead of trying to cover freckles, they're actually adding freckles onto their face. And there's also a trend of really kind of smudging makeup beneath your lower lash line and kind of creating the shadows and color that we often try to correct and cover up as mature women. We were taught to do that. And now products are coming out with these products that are meant to be smudged. And it's funny because when you first see it, you think, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Why would anyone do that? But like any trend, almost like Crocs or Ugg boots, it just kind of grows on you over time. And what once seemed so strange suddenly seems like, hey, I could wear that, you know? So that's another trend, is sort of embracing flaws. And I guess that is why a lot of these minimalistic brands don't have heavy foundations and concealers to cover up flaws. Instead, we're just embracing them. Another trend that we've been seeing is long wearing lip products. And even though we still see those lip oils and balms all over the place, which are great if you're home and you're not masking. But a lot of times when we are out and about, visiting, going to work, out in public, shopping, running errands, we're wearing a mask, and a lot of women still want to wear lipstick, especially if you're kind of taking the mask off and on. And long wearing lip products have not only exploded, every brand has their version of long wearing lip products, but the long wearing lip products that are already on the market have gotten very, very, very good. A few years ago, I went crazy for these Super Stay sticks from Maybelline, and they're long wearing lip crayons, and they come in so many different colors. This one is sort of just like a muted down rosy color. They work as a lip liner and a lip product in one, and they really stay put. They won't smear around on your mask, and they're really beautiful. But another brand that I have been particularly loving last year in a favorites, it's one of my favorite winter lip products, and I'm going to share it with you again because I've been wearing it so much this winter. It's from Makeup Revolution, and it's their long wearing lip crayon in the shade Chauffeur. And Chauffeur is described as a rosy brown, and it looks like this. Really pretty, and I have every product they make from Makeup Revolution in this shade. I have the lip gloss, which I like to use with the rosy brown. It's the same color, Chauffeur, but this one is a little more hydrating. And so putting a little bit of this on top of that lightens that up, but I just add it like right here in the center. And that's how I use that. And this has been another go-to favorite lip product this year. I think I discovered it 2 years ago, and this is the second one that I purchased. I just purchased new because I ran out of last year's. I know some of you last year when I brought it up, I think in a monthly favorites or Get Ready With Me, you went out and got it too. And I remember so many comments came in saying that you all loved it. I feel like it's a universal shade that will work for so many of us. So this is Chauffeur from Makeup Revolution. And then I have two more. This one is Heartthrob. And let me show you the difference in these shades. So this one is Chauffeur. This one is Heartthrob. I find that they do not dry out my lips. So this one is a little more, like I said, a rosy nude or brown, a rosy brown. This one is more just of a like rosy mauve. And then this one I was so happy to discover because it is a dupe for a favorite of mine from NYX, and it was the lip lingerie in the shade Cheekies. And I can't find that anywhere anymore. I think NYX discontinued it. And so I found this, and it's in the shade Icon, and it looks very, very similar to Cheekies. And it's just like a really nice, light, peachy pink. And it's the one I'm wearing today. So this one is really, really pretty. Chauffeur is my favorite winter favorite, but this would be a great all year round color. I love all three of these. The reason I wanted to swatch these for you is because when you're looking at them in Ulta or Target or wherever you purchase your Makeup Revolution, they're taped closed and you can't see them. And as you can see, the colors look very similar in the tube. It's very hard to differentiate between them. There is one more I'd like to try, and I will, and if it's any good, I'll tell you. Even if it's not any good, I'll tell you. So those are my favorite long wearing lip colors that I wear beneath my mask. I wear them on Christmas and visiting with family. They don't go anywhere. They don't come off on your teeth. They don't smear all over your mask unless you do cover it with the lip vinyl. But I like this for when, you know, I'm just in the house or people are over and I just want that little extra something. So long wearing lip products are not going anywhere. The next trend that we saw during 2020 and 2021 was really putting an emphasis on the eyes, and not so much eyeshadows, but eyeshadow sales have gone up through the roof, and women have been willing to spend more statistically on palettes and things like that during these past couple of years. During the pandemic. So women have been really putting the focus on our eyes, and sales show that, and the statistics and the amount of money they're willing to spend. Not that you have to spend a lot of money to have a beautiful eyeshadow look. e.l.f. makes those bite-sized palettes that are $3 and they're amazing. But women have been willing to splurge on Natasha Denona, and Natasha Denona released their small palettes that are only like $25, and you get the luxury of Natasha Denona for $25. So women have been spending more and putting more money onto their eye looks. And if you're someone who doesn't like to wear eyeshadow, women have been really kind of experimenting with their wing and their eyeliners, using different colored eyeliners. So brands have been releasing a lot of different colors, burgundies, purples, greens, royal blues, even some muted down shades. I know Stila has some nice ones that have color, but they're not necessarily bright. Colored mascaras. The L'Oreal Voluminous has many shades. They have green, royal blue, burgundy, and then of course they're black. I think they've had those for quite a while though, but many other brands have been following suit and releasing colored mascaras. The Sephora brand is one that I noticed has released a lot of colors in their mascara, and women have just been experimenting with their eyeshadow looks and their makeup looks on their eyes, because with the mask, that's what shows. So if you work a job where you're in a mask all day, you know, people have just been putting the emphasis on their eyes, and that also includes lash serums and brow serums. People have been really putting the emphasis on their lashes and their brows, and the brow trend has changed. Women are embracing a more natural brow look than that really kind of thick brow look that was so trendy a couple of years ago, and I'm kind of happy to see that one go. Now women are laminating their brows. They're doing that soap brow trend. But Makeup Revolution has released their own soap brow kit, and that I'm really intrigued by that. I think I might try it. But again, the brow serums, and people are letting their brows kind of grow a little bit more natural, and using the help of brow serums to just grow thicker and fuller and darker brows. So that's another trend that doesn't seem to be going away, but they're less groomed and thick like they were over the past couple of years. Yay. All right, probably since about 2017, we've been hearing about the glass skin trend, where women wanted that really dewy skin, really luminous. It's about the same time hyaluronic acid really became like the ingredient that everybody had to have, and every company added it to their products. And it's just been part of that whole thing of glass, dewy skin, which is beautiful. And we all want that, even still. But the trend lately has been more of a flawless matte look. Now, hyaluronic acid isn't going anywhere. It's still great for your skin, and hydrated skin is still the desired look that women want, very hydrated and bouncy skin. A lot of women are foregoing their chemical peels and using a lot of acids and things like that. Before, I remember even myself, we didn't mind having peeling skin sometimes because we thought like, okay, it's gonna heal and then our skin's gonna look amazing. But again, embracing a little bit of freckling and flaws, and also not wanting our makeup to go anywhere. And this is kind of on the other side of the spectrum for the minimalistic look, like where companies like Merit and Glossier, they don't really have like a lot of foundations or products like that. But women have been purchasing a lot of matte foundations, even older women, and now they've gotten so good that they aren't drying and they don't settle into our fine lines and wrinkles. And a lot of foundations have been adding those ingredients that give them flexibility, like marshmallow root extract and some waxes. I know that sounds crazy, but there's certain types of waxes that move with your skin and offer that flexibility. So you get the coverage, but it moves with your skin. It doesn't go anywhere, and it doesn't gather up in fine lines and wrinkles, and it doesn't come off all over your mask. I have a couple favorite more matte foundations, and I do love more of a kind of semi-matte or velvet satin look as opposed to a dewy look. And I think that stems from having oily skin anyway. So even when I'm wearing sort of a matte finish, my natural sebum and my T-zone and stuff will give me some dewiness. So if you're dry skinned, I don't know that these would necessarily work for you, but I have a trick for one of them. So the Double Wear from Estee Lauder, cult classic, still like a bestseller. Women buy it all the time. It is one of my favorite foundations, and I've loved it for years and years. But I learned recently a trick that I saw on Instagram. It was an advertisement for Estee Lauder for the Double Wear, and they were talking about different ways to use it. And one of the ways was adding your Advanced Night Repair, a couple of drops into your Double Wear. So put your Double Wear, some of your Double Wear on your hand or on a mirror, or whatever you use to put your foundation down before you put it on your face. And then add a drop or two of your Advanced Night Repair. And it actually makes this not as matte, and it adds hydration to it, but it doesn't make it slip around or go anywhere. It's like the best trick that I've found. And so at first I was kind of like, I need to find that trick again. Was that an Estee Lauder advertisement? So I was looking all over, and it is on Instagram, and it's in one of their pictures for Double Wear. And I think it's one of those pictures that you can swipe through, and it shows one of the ways is this. And let me tell you, it's good. And I think so many of us do have either this in the full size, or we own some of the minis. Even though it's Advanced Night Repair, you can still use it during the day. So there's that. And then the other one that I really, really love is from Makeup Revolution, and it's the Conceal and Define. And I like this a lot. It does come with a big doe foot applicator to apply it. I also have it in the Conceal and Hydrate. My favorite way to use this is by mixing the two together and then applying them. Today, I am wearing only this one, and I have my moisturizer beneath it, and I'm just wearing the CeraVe Daily Moisturizer. But I also like the Conceal and Hydrate concealer, not the matte one. I like the Conceal and Define foundation, but the Conceal and Hydrate concealer. And they're beautiful together. And again, this is beautiful mixing it with the other one too. So that's a nice drugstore option. Gosh, I'm pretty heavy on the Makeup Revolution today with the lip product and the foundations, but it's a really good brand. Okay, now with your foundation, I did notice that another trend, and I think it has to do with the masking that we're all doing, is that people are applying their blush now higher and not just on the apples of your cheeks, which kind of goes beneath the mask anyway. So a lot of makeup artists that I watch show applying it higher and then kind of blurring it down here, but not placing as much in your cheek. It's really great if you're over 40 because it does create that lift, but it's also a way to kind of show your cheekbones even though you're wearing a mask. So applying that blush a little bit higher. And this has a little to do with like adding dewiness back into your skin, adding your highlighter a little bit high up, a little, just on your nose and right in here. Cupid's bow if you're not wearing a mask. And two really, really great highlighters that I would recommend are both from Wet n Wild. One I found out about from my subscriber friend Jennifer, and she told me to try this. She's like, it looks a little too like shiny in the package. She's like, but trust me, it's beautiful on. And she was absolutely right. And this is what it looks like. It's not really like a disco ball. It's just a nice shimmer. And this is in the shade Precious Petal. And it's really, really pretty. I grabbed this most days. And the last trend that I have not participated in, though, is fringe, or as we like to call them here in the United States, bangs. Bangs are making like a really big comeback, and they're not curtain bangs anymore, nor are they, you know, like longer bangs that kind of rest right beneath your brow, but sort of like bangs that are a little bit longer and jagged and maybe a little bit shorter in the middle. And I was reading about this trend, and they think it's related to the masks and showing a little more of your forehead, but yet still having something there to add interest to your face. So a lot of women are embracing these bangs. I know my daughter Paulina is. She's only 21 years old, so she's young and really likes that look. I think they'd be a little bit silly on me. I have been really trying to grow out my bangs. I always am trying to grow out my bangs, then I'm cutting them, and then I'm growing them out and cutting them. So those are the trends that I read were really, really big and popular in 2021 and probably aren't going anywhere in 2022. Do you have any trends that you've embraced that I might not have mentioned, or any trends that you would like to try? Even just say hello or chime in on any of this. I love interacting with you, and I love the interaction that we have with each other. So I appreciate you spending time with me, and I hope that you have a very wonderful end to your 2021, and here's to a prosperous, healthy, and happy 2022. And I'm excited to see what's in store for all of us. Have a blessed and beautiful day.